exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
From the 25 on second down, Newton.
Sonny Michel.
And he stopped immediately there.
He was brought down by Zach Orr.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Newton. On the left side, a catch by White. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's good. For a
14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
10 at the
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one opened downfield, knew where the safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
The ball carrier.
Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. The shotgun snap for Newton. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They will run with White out of the shotgun. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and long, it's Newton. He'll drop it underneath to White, and he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it will still lead to a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
11-yard line.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line.
He was brought down at the 13-yard.
The numbers on the ground last week for Ballage. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
Now Ballage. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run here with Blanche, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third and short yardage, Winston. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
Julian.
40-yard punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
4-yard line.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Check cross, check cross, check cross.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Harris now to return. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And his throw is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it's going to be second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 3rd down, Winston letting one go deep for the end zone. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest when a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Field goal is good. Makes the score Saints 3, Patriots nothing.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. be able to knock the ball through the post and take the three.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just
Patriots
bow.
take over
Either
first
way.
Not the
and
tie,
10.
but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't
Go
worked
to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 10, Newton again. And now he'll tuck it and run. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. He can run for it, and he will. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Saints 3, Patriots nothing.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michelle. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Sony Michel, the ball carrier.
Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
Newton's
I
pass.
think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
This is White on the screen. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Patriots.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since that the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. It worked very well there for a 1st down.
Newton's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
15 yards on the play. 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Catch is made by Harry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3 at the Saints' 14-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, he'll try and run it. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Cam Newton with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
Gonzalez lining up for the
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. On the return, Deontay Harris. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
First down, here's White. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Cameron Jordan made the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Fourth down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On second down now, it's White. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming.
It's now 3rd and goal.
From the gun, Newton. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Makes the score Patriots 10.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 20.
Time again to see Jameis Winston in this Saints offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward. But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Michael Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Bloods to try to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense, and they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary in that last possession, though.
On second down, Michel. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
First down, New Orleans.
To the air again with Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Newton. He completes it right side of White. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Newton on first down. Wide open, Julian Edelman. And he's in. Julian Edelman. As the first half is winding down. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it? And oh, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Intercepted. The Patriots take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to loft one deep over the... That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Of the first half.
So thanks to the late... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And the first half was not kind to him, and he knows that. 3 interceptions, but still tied, so kind of a clean slate.
I'd say it's a reprieve because ordinarily you throw 3 interceptions, your team should be behind. So he has to be thinking to himself, okay, I'm off the hook for that one. I have to play better for my team here in the second half. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now this throw caught left side. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have moved out in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Brings up 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Newton. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact, on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They run it with Balaj. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The ball carrier.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he gets it down to the 32.
Jonathan Jones.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action now, Winston. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Balaj. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Kalen Balaj. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10. at their own 20-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
7.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
In your face.
From the gun, Newton stepping up. He's going to keep it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
1st and 10.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. He was looking for his tight end, Devin Asiasi there. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 15.
Here's Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they wanted to do.
Is no good.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
31.
Back now in Foxborough.
17.
It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
The ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the red zone now, Winston. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes, who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
Now a pass dropped off here for James White, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
10 at the 38-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins.
Newton's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down.
At the 47-yard line.
To the air again, Newton. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton.
Open man is Asiasi, the tight end.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And they will run it with Michel. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line.
The The stop by Marcus.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground. Mirage again. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. From the gun, Winston. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
To Deontay Harris. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the Patriots' 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ready? 53 for Mike. 53 for Mike. Let's go. You tighten up. Let's go. You tighten up.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 3 yards out. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
For the point after.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
So the Patriots coming out now.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
To throw again. Newton.
That's complete right side to Asiasi.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Newton on third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
First and 10.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Newton throwing again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Again, Newton. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
To Sony Michel.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. He hits White clean. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
That's good for a Patriots.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just...